How do guys? Welcome back to Edgar TV Triple Header Pro Tours. 3 events to round up, lots of stories, big stories. Yesterday a surprise winner in Vessel Nyman coming through and picking up the title. That pretty much books his place for Blackpool. I said yesterday I think the top 32 beckons, and on the back of having a look at what I see in guarantees now and taking a little bit of a deeper look, I'm going to start this video by saying Vessel Nyman will be in the top 32 come this time next year. People will be losing tour cards soon. We're getting to the business end. A couple of Pro Tours left. But don't forget the PDPA qualifier. A lot of people think that the tour card's gone at the end of the year. No. The PDPA qualifier can still play quite a part in regards to who makes Ali Pali, which means who keeps hold of their tour cards. Few interesting results in this opening round today. Let's take a look at what we can see and find those talking points and stories. Jose de Souza. I've been highlighting for a while that I think he's in big trouble, and he's back in the losers enclosure today. Losers enclosure, is that a thing? Is a losers enclosure a thing? Robert Owens fighting for his card, close to the World Championship. Big win against Josh Rock. Despite averaging 10 points less, he won't care. The most important thing is that win. James Hurrell started the year off so well. Looked certain to be making Ali Pali. Now in a slight bit of bother. Lost to the informed Gary Anderson, of course, averages over 100. Ryan Searle loses to Ian White, who is now safe in regards to his tour card. Wouldn't be surprised if Ryan Searle doesn't play tomorrow. That'll be something to keep an eye on there. Luke Woodhouse played better yesterday. We saw him walk off the stage at the Euros with an injury. I think he's one to back against at the World Grand Prix. I really do. 82 average there in a 6-2 sort of loss to Stephen Burton. Connor Scutt, I keep talking about him. Guy's incredible. He's won again. He's going to have to make a decision soon on which World Championship he plays in, because the way it's looking at the moment, he may have to go to Ali Pali in order to keep that money because he's close to the World Match Play. Vincent van der Voort losing his tour card looks almost certain. Would need a deep run at the Ali Pali, and he's not even there as of yet. He's lost to Luke Littler. Not an ideal draw there for him. It'll be, should we say, cursing his luck a little bit at the fact of that draw. Andy Bolton, challenge tour call-up, 6-0. 100 average there for him. The big shock of the round, though, Luke Humphries. The world number 1. The world champion going out 6-3 to Jeffrey de Graaf. That is a surprise. Yesterday's winner, Vessel Nyman, going out to the informed Jimmy Van Ski. Ross Smith going out. So quite a few seeds losing out early. Mervyn King. Can he do it? Can he keep his tour card alive? We'll see. We'll keep an eye on him throughout the day. A couple of interesting results down towards the bottom. One here, Nathan Aspinall going out to Dom Taylor. One of my 5 to watch. I keep saying about that 5 to watch video, but it's paying dividends. It's looking good. 6-4 victory there for Dom Taylor. Josh Payne's card and time on the tour looks pretty much done. A 6-0 defeat with not much fight in him there. And Simon Whitlock again goes out in the first round. Do not think Simon Whitlock is safe. Do not think Simon Whitlock is exempt here in the conversation of losing his tour card. Simon Whitlock is in big trouble. Well, not big trouble, just maybe big trouble. He could lose it. Round 2, and as always, we don't do a roundup, we just talk about the big star standout players. Kim Huybrechts, currently not in a World Championship position, the highest ranked player not in. He wins 6-4 against Van Veen and could keep his hopes alive of a World Championship spot. Remember, there is the PDPA qualifier as well, though, for which he would be seeded. So we can't forget that. You can't also forget that I've not changed the font like I said I would yesterday, so he hasn't averaged 788. That is a 1. Chris Dobie's averaged 107. There's not much difference, is there, between that 1 and that 7? I will change the font, don't worry, because Danny Noppert hasn't averaged 707.27. It needs updating on it. Dom Taylor lost in the second round to Damon Heta, the star performer of the round. That's what you got to do to beat Dom Taylor these days. He is a quality operator. But it's the third round where the stories and attention needs discussing. Notice there are a couple of big names missing from this round. Rob Cross, Nathan Aspinall. That's significance. That's significance because that means they are not currently in the top 64 and will not be taking a place in Minehead for the Players' Championship Finals. It would be big players to be missing that event. Mervyn King, you'll see here, got to the third round. somewhat went wrong, didn't it? 62 average, but 6-1, defeated Edgar Diamond. He's on the winning trail. He's now in the top 64 for Minehead. He might make the Players' Championship finals. Obviously, Rob Cross, Nathan Aspinall behind, and others got a lot to say about that. Joe Cullen, good run for him, third round. That's better than what he's been doing. Ran into Gary Anderson. Look at that. 112. Gary Anderson, you'd be very brave to bet against Gary Anderson to not win a major at the back end of this year. Oh, some results coming through as well. Lovely. We'll get to those in a second. Stephen Bunting, another one. You wouldn't bet against him to pick up another title. He's already picked up the Masters this year. My man, the guy I keep telling you about. This guy, serious dart player, Connor Scott. Keep an eye out for him. He's going well, and he's got decisions. So, Connor Scott is a player who has qualified for Lakeside and qualified for Ali Pali. Now, that means he gets the choice about which one he does. I think he would have done Lakeside normally under normal circumstances. However, with this extra money now, he could genuinely make the top 64, which will defend his prize money that he's got already, which means he's in a good position to make the world match play next year. With that in mind, surely you got to do Ali Pali. There's still events still to go. There's still plenty of time for him to top that up. There's still plenty of time for him to get closer to that top 64. Another deep run like this, and he could go well. And that's not saying he might even win today. He wins today, bosh! He can't not go to Ali Pali. So interesting times ahead, certainly over the next sort of few hours. Around the time of the World Match Play, I highlighted Daryl Gurney. He's just been down diver mode and he's beat Ryan Joyce. He's now in the semi-finals. Now, I highlighted Daryl Gurney because in 2017-2018, he was winning major titles. Now he's winning more games. He's got a higher win percentage than when it was then, which tells me he's in better form. He's winning more games in a very competitive environment. I think he could be somebody to keep an eye on for a dark horse in the big events at the back end of the year. Another good run here, beating Ryan Joyce, who just averaged 112 himself like Gary Anderson did in the previous round. Gary Anderson, though, out. 93 average. Who saw that coming? Lost to Andrew Gilding, 6 legs to 3. Beveridge, good run for him, reaching the last 16. He's on his first year of a tour card, so all this money just goes on. And then next year, he does it again, not defending anything. All the money goes on top. Connor Scott, quarter-finalist, lost to the informed Stephen Bunting. Again, though, look how many seeds are making the last stage. 7 out of 8 players seeded in the quarterfinals. Now, earlier on in the year, we were getting different Pro Tour winners every time. Non-seeds getting far in the events. We had Challenge Tour players in the semi-final. 3 Challenge Tour players in the semi-finals. Now, I think this time of year is when people just put that bit extra effort in. Just take a little bit more time on the practice board, because this is where ranking is decided. We've got loads of events coming up. The World Grand Prix starts next week. Live streams for that one. Wherever possible, I'll be doing live streams to talk you through what I think is going to happen. If not, I'll do videos. So there'll be opportunities there for players. Grand Slam, Players' Championship Finals, World Championship. So literally over the next 2 months, the face of darts is going to change. Luke Littler's probably going to be up in the top 8. People are going to drop away out the rankings. We've got players like Michael Smith, as things stand, could potentially miss out on the European Championships, which will lose him £60,000. He's defending the World Championships. He's defending the Slam. Michael Smith could go from being like world number 2 to being outside the top 16. That's how much the landscape's going to change. Again, make sure you're subscribed if you find this confusing, because I'll talk you through it. After every big event, I'll give you all the bits. Who's moving up, who's moving down, who's cutting off from what different bits, who you're going to see more of, who you're going to see less of. Got you covered. So this time of year, we need to take a look at who's defending what. We spoke about Michael Smith potentially dropping down the rankings. What about players that could potentially go up? Stephen Bunting is only defending 18% of his prize money at the back end of this year, and he's picking up quite a lot in regards to Pro Tour money as well. Now, he's done it again. He's in great form, but it's back-to-back finals. He lost out yesterday in the final. Today, he's going to be playing Chris Dobey. he's lost again. Chris Dobie stopping the run of Daryl Gurney, 7 legs to 1. Then pretty comfortable in the final, wasn't it? 8-3. Bunting looking good again. High 90s all the way through. Couldn't really land a blow on Dobie. Chris Dobie comfortably inside the world's top 16. He's got a little bit to defend at the back end of the year, but looks solid inside the top 16. Now, it's interesting when we look at the top 16. Let's indulge for a minute. Let's look at the order of merit. Now, when we look outside the top 16, there are players here. Luke Littler, James Wade, who are literally defending next to nothing at the back end of this year. So we're pretty much guaranteed to see those two players go back in. Ryan Searle is playing very good darts at the moment. He isn't defending a great deal at the back end of the year. So we take a look at people like Dimitri Vandenberg. We look a little bit higher. Ross Smith's going to be defending, but he's been picking up good recently. Michael Smith, you think at number 2 is so far away from the cutoff, but look, I've mentioned it already. 68% of Michael Smith's prize money is on the line, £729,000. 300,000, plus he'll get some of it back anyway. If he don't pick his form up, he's going to be around here. It's going to be around 19 to 20 in the order of merit. So something to keep an eye on. Tomorrow's video is going to be all about those sort of players. We're going to pick them all out tomorrow during the Pro Tour Roundup. Who is in danger on those tour cards? Who's in danger of going down? Who's looking good to go up? That top 32 is going to get ransacked soon. Every couple of years, due to how the system works within the PDC with the defending criteria, there is always a big changing of the guard. I think we're about to do it again. I think we're also going to be looking at potential Premier League candidates we haven't seen before, or not seen for a while. Stephen Bunting, I think, could be a Premier League candidate, because I think he's going to get close to that top sort of 8, top 4. Damon Heta is going to be a Premier League candidate. I think he could end the year in the top 4 if he has a back end to the year that's quite decent. Again, I'll fill you in with everything you need to know on that video tomorrow, so make sure you subscribe. Make sure you come back for tomorrow's roundup, because we're going to be rounding up not just the Pro Tour, but what it looks like with 1 weekend or 1 week's left play of Pro Tour action before the majors kick off. And then this really gets fun. Catch you in some more Edgar TV.